When the teams came back on the court for the second half, North Carolina was ready to play too, in the words of their coach, Dean Smith.
At halftime, we were 12 points down, and against a ball-control team such as Marquette, that is much more difficult to make up as it would be against a running team such as Las Vegas, Nevada.
North Carolina was back in the ball game. Al McGuire had to call timeout. He couldn't believe what had happened. North Carolina had outscored Marquette 14-2 in the first 4 minutes.
Our players did an outstanding job at the beginning of the half in hitting their open shots, forcing steals with their defense, pressure defense, and of course you have to hit the shots. We did not make our shots against their zone, however. We were making them on our transition on the break after we got a rebound or after a steal. We recognized this when we caught up to 41-41. There was 15:40 yet to play, so in 4 minutes and 20 seconds we were able to do away with their 12-point lead. That in itself was an amazing feat.
From the corner, number 24 for North Carolina, Walter Davis again tied the score, making it 43-all. Marquette appeared to be cracking. On this play, North Carolina's Tom Zalgiris intercepts an inbounds pass, outraces Butch Lee to put North Carolina ahead, 45-43. Then, with less than 13 minutes remaining in the game, the score tied at 45-all. North Carolina went into its four-corner delay offense for several minutes. This gave Marquette and Al McGuire plenty of time to regroup.
Coach went to his four corners, which I probably would have done too. He went to his four corners. We Mickey Moused the four corners. We wouldn't come out. We'd come out for the 5 count. The ref would say play because we were down by 2. Then we settled back after we come out back into our zone. And Dean didn't want to take us in the zone. He figured that he could take us better man-to-man, plus he had the lead. So, but this went on for about 2 or 3 minutes. It was like an orchestration. I was up giving an Elmer Gantry back and forth, and Dean was up doing his thing. But what happened, it dried their sweat and stopped their momentum. Then they missed the shot in 4 corners, fortunately for us. We scored down the other end, and then that was all she wrote. After that, we kind of just busted out.
And this breakaway bucket brought a gesture from Al McGuire that was unmistakable. He knew he had it.
With about 10 seconds left to go in the game, I emotionally got involved. I didn't think it was possible because I've always pictured myself as the, knock the stick off my shoulder, and I get obnoxious and arrogant during ball games. Someone asked me what time it is. What do you want to know what time it is for? That type of thing. I go back to the streets of New York City. But the last 10 seconds, when I knew that was all she wrote, and that things just started flashing by, all the little joints I played basketball in the Belmont Abbey, all the CYOs and PALs and things like that, and I just wished then that everyone would have a run like this, and that every coach at the college level could become one of the Final Four. It's more important becoming one of the Final Four than winning.
Moments later, the game ended. The final basket went to North Carolina, but the victory went to Marquette. The fans went wild. For Al McGuire, it was a bittersweet moment. He couldn't keep the tears back, and he didn't want to weep in public.
I left the court, and I went back into the locker room and got composed, and then came back on. And then, for a moment, I enjoyed it. It's been an extended love affair. It's been a merry-go-round that's been beautiful. So the merry-go-round stops, and I get off, and it starts for other guys. And I just hope that they do good by it. It's done very good by me. If there's any advice I can give coaches out there is be straight with your ball players, and they'll be straight with you.
Al McGuire left coaching. It was his final game. He left his profession on top of it. Then he moved on to television as a color commentator, and now he's talking about getting out of that. He talks often about retiring possibly to New Zealand, the ultimate getaway spot. When and if Al goes, he'll take a 1977 championship ring with him. What a season for the Marquette Warriors and Coach Al McGuire. Hope you've enjoyed our look back at that Final Four at Atlanta. I'm Bob Lee.